Welcome back to Sports Rock Radio.
Sprock.
Now we're going to do one of our favorite segments, Pick'em. Right now, we are looking at the last week, week 4. Doug is 8-2.
Yeehaw! Not week 4 of the football season, week 4 of the Sprock Pick'em season.
Very good, thank you very much. And week 4 of the Pick'em segment, Chris is 8-2. And I am 5-5. Overall, Doug is 26-14. Chris is 20-20. He's even. I'm 20-20. I'm even.
That's right.
Very much even.
Too bad not perfect picks.
Now we're gonna go with our picks. And first of all, we go 5 college, 5 NFL. Right now we're gonna go 5 college. We have Florida, Georgia. Doug, your pick.
Well, that's going to be at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Which we all should be at.
Yes, we really should be. The Florida Gators will take down the Georgia Bulldogs.
All right.
I'm a Gator believer right now.
Chris, what do you think? Florida, Georgia.
I completely agree. Florida.
All right, Jimbo. It's on you.
I'm going Georgia. I'm going to go Bulldogs, man.
Gators eat Bulldogs.
Gators eat everything. Next up, Texas Tech, Kansas State at Kansas State. Doug, what's your call?
Well, Kansas State, if that game was played in Lubbock, I sure would be interested in taking Texas Tech. Kansas State playing at home gives them the edge, though. They've been getting up for game after game, and that certainly is difficult to do every week after week. However, I will say the Wildcats get it done in Manhattan.
However. Chris, what do you think on this call? Texas Tech, Kansas State at K-State?
I like Kansas State. They're playing at home. Texas Tech had a big win against West Virginia. Outside of that, well, they did beat TCU, I guess, but I'm just not convinced that they're a great team. So
you're not feeling the Red Raiders?
No, I'm really not. In K-State at home, pick them.
Behind Colin Klein?
Yep.
I'm going Red Raiders. I'm going to take Tech. K-State's going to be really overconfident here, and Texas Tech could just come in and take them down at home. Oklahoma State or Ohio State. We'll save this one. I don't want this one right yet. We're going to Notre Dame at Oklahoma. Number 5.
He wants to say the probation.
Notre Dame. Number 8, Oklahoma. And it's going to be at Oklahoma. This is going to be a major-ass ball game right here. Chris, what do you think?
Well, I think Oklahoma puts an end to this Notre Dame nonsense and beats them.
Okay. Doug, what do you think?
I think Oklahoma may very well be the best team that Notre Dame has played, possibly this year. In Norman, at night, Notre Dame's defense is stout. I'll give them that. Offensively, I'm not saying Oklahoma's defense is all that, but Oklahoma's a 12-point favorite, which I really don't get why they're that big of a favorite over Notre Dame. I would take Notre Dame plus the 12, but since there's no spread in this game, I'll take Boomer Sooner at Norman.
The Boomer Sooner is going with 2 ways. I'm going the Domers. Michigan at Nebraska.
God. Nebraska just has not played very well this year. Michigan looks like they're starting to come into their own. They played a lot better of late, even though they barely squeaked by Michigan State.
Rivalry game. That's a rivalry game.
Yeah, but this game's in Nebraska, so I hate to go with Michigan, but better judgment tells me Michigan's probably going to win, but I'm going to pick Nebraska because A, I need to make some hay on Doug, and B, I hate picking Michigan for anything.
Doug, you're calling this one.
My call is Hail to the victors valiant,
Yeah.
hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, who's only lost twice. Granted, they've lost twice. They lost to number 1, Alabama, and they barely lost to Notre Dame.
Number 5, Notre Dame.
And I'm taking
Michiganders. Well, my pick on this one has to be, and I hate to say this, and I'm biting my tongue and it's bleeding, and I bit all of it off. I'm gonna have to go Michigan.
good man.
I'm sorry, not a good man. I just have to because I think
No,
that's the
if you
call.
believe in
name.
Michigan, you're a good man. That's all.
I don't believe in Michigan. I
pick them
hate
to win.
I hate
You're a
Michigan.
believer. That's
Michigan
what
sucks. Now, for our last college game,
The
Ohio
Probation Bowl.
State, Penn State, as my man Doug here likes to call the Prohibition Bowl?
Probation.
Probation Bowl.
Prohibition Bowl.
And
That was
this,
played by Army Navy back in the 22 era.
I do think this is going to be a great football game, quite honestly. Ohio State at Penn State, I mean, it's had it not been for all the other crap that happened, but I think that it'd be a great game regardless. So, okay, OSU, the Ohio State University at Penn State. Chris, you're calling this one?
Well, I think if there's... It's hard to take something away from the fact that Ohio State won last week. It's hard to take a positive away because they never should have been in a position to have to pull that game out from behind, especially in overtime. However, the chips were down. I'm going to steal Doug's catchphrase here. The chips were down. They did have to pull that game out in overtime. I feel like Urban
Pat Shermer didn't
I feel
well.
I feel like Urban Meyer's made an immediate impact on this team. They would have already lost probably at least 2 games by now if Fickle was there. To be honest with you, if Trussell was there, they may have even lost at least 1 game at this point. So I think that they're going to be more prepared for Penn State. Penn State's going to be jacked, but I got to give the edge to the Buckeyes.
On the Bucks. Doug, what's your call on this one? The Probation Bowl or whatever the hell
Well,
you're gonna call
it is the Probation Bowl. It's for first place in the Cheaters Division, or the Leaders Division. Of the Big
Fuck
Ten.
you.
First of all, nobody calls, unless you're an Ohio State fan, nobody else in the country calls them the Ohio State University. That's Ohio State's gimmick.
The Ohio State University.
Yeah, well, you're a Ohio State fan. Nobody else calls them that, but Ohio State fans.
Except for people.
Just like no one says maize and blue, they say yellow and blue because it's yellow.
Yeah.
It's
You're
maize.
you're in blue. You're in blue. You went to the Ohio State University. There's been many of Pro Bowlers that when they say where you're from, the Ohio State University. Oh, but go ahead, make your pick.
But that's an
Make
Ohio
your
State
pick.
fan making
Make
that
your
comment.
make your pick. Make your pick.
Penn State's not very good. I'll take Ohio State.
Ohio State.
There's some logic for you.
Well, we're at a happy
I'm
valley.
not. I don't care. Penn State's not that good a football team. I'll take Ohio State.
All right.
I'm not biting my tongue on it. I'm just making the pick.
All right. Well, no, you're not. You didn't. You made that right out. I'm going to go OSU on that one too. The Ohio State University on that one. All right, now we're going to get into the NFL. Atlanta at Philadelphia. Interesting here.
I can tell you this. Production chose this game for 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, I feel like Philadelphia is kind of at a turning point in their season. If they lose
Okay.
this game, things could really be looking badly for them.
Oh yeah,
And
most definitely.
also because Atlanta's the only unbeaten team so far right now left in the NFL, and you got to wonder if it's only a matter of time before they get beaten. So
Okay.
that's why I felt like this game was one to choose.
Oh, I have no problem with this game. Quite honestly, none whatsoever.
None of that, but this is a pretty, unexciting week in the NFL, quite frankly. There's going to be some snoozers, this week. But I think that, like I said, this game may make or break Philadelphia's season. I don't think Philadelphia is as good as people want to think they are, even though they've got a lot of talent on that team. They've yet to bring it all together. Michael Vick, once again, turnover machine. It's only got to be a matter of time before they got to go to Nick Foles. Give that kid some experience because Vic's not going to be there much longer. So
Well, I'm not sure Andy Reid is either.
right,
Mm.
I think this game.
I think coach and quarterback both could be
Yeah,
gone.
I think
at the
this-
end of this
I
year.
think
At
this-
the end of this year, I think both could be gone.
I think this game goes to the ATL.
Okay, Doug, what do you think? Atlanta, Philadelphia. It's at Philadelphia.
Well, I would say all signs point to Atlanta at undefeated. However, I do believe this is the week Atlanta drops their first game in Philadelphia. The Eagles get it done.
And I don't disagree with that. That's why it is a tough
Well, you did
choice.
disagree with it. You took Atlanta.
Well, you're right.
You did disagree.
You're right.
Well, I'm gonna have to go on this aspect. Is this as bad as things are in Philadelphia? I think they pull this one off.
Okay. Good.
Big one. Giants, Dallas. Mr. Manning, Mr. Romo at the big playpen in Dallas. The big playpen, the $1 billion playpen. All right, Chris, what do you think on this one?
Well, as much as the Giants impressed me 2 weeks ago by handing San Francisco their lunch, did they win last week? Giants won last week, didn't they?
Yes.
Giants are winning.
They really are. Usually the Giants are, 9-7, 8-8, squeak into the playoffs and they make their hay there. This year, I think they're 5-2, and they're playing very good ball. So I can't. Dallas is a so-so team. The Giants are a real team.
They are at Dallas. Okay?
I don't care. I gotta go with the
Okay.
Giants.
All right, Doug. They are at Dallas. Keep that in mind.
I'm keeping that in mind. I'm also keeping in mind the fact that Tony Romo usually plays pretty good against the Giants. However,
Mm-hmm. There's always a however.
Eli Manning and I like the Cowboys secondary. I'm not a believer in the Cowboy running attack. I'm not sure how big a believer I am in the Dallas defense. Outside their corners are pretty solid, but I will take the Giants.
Well, I guess no one's going to win on this one. No, I'm going to win on this one.
Or lose.
I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys to take this game at home against the Giants.
Okay.
I got to, because I can't keep going with you guys. all
You
the
may be
time.
right. You may be wrong. You may be crazy.
Well, I know
But
I'm
it just
fucking.
may be the
I know
lunatic you're
I'm,
looking for.
I am the lunatic you're looking for. Trust
The
me.
lunatic is on the grass.
The lunatic is on the grass. Okay, New Orleans at Denver. This is going to be. I already know where I'm going. Doug, what do you think? New Orleans, Denver.
I'm going to. I think this will be maybe the most entertaining game of the weekend.
I think it's going to be very.
I think it's
quite
gonna,
honestly, I think it's gonna
I'm
be
not sure
interesting.
either defense will stop either team.
No.
I think it's going to be a good game.
And
quite
it
honestly.
may very well come down to who has the ball last. And if it comes down to the person that has the ball last, I'm taking the sheriff, Peyton Manning.
Yes,
I'll
you
take
are.
Denver.
Chris, what do you think on this one?
Well,
I think Doug hit this one
I
right on the head, man. It's
think
like,
when the chips are down, I would never bet against Peyton Manning. Especially, he's looked like he's never missed a beat this year.
yeah, I agree. He's looked
Very
good.
impressive.
He has looked good.
New
I'll give
Orleans
him
Saints
that.
and Drew Brees, not so much, although Brees had a very strong outing last week. But I got to choose New Orleans because I've got it. I can't keep going with Doug. I'm not going to make up any ground. So, and yes, I know I could lose ground, but I don't think that taking a team like New Orleans is a bad bet. So,
Well,
not in a situation like this.
I'm going to say this. We're at Denver, and I got Mr. Manning in my back, and neither team has a deep. I'm going Denver. Sorry. Can't do it. I don't like Denver. I hate Denver, actually. I hate him with a
I actually like
passion.
Denver,
I hate
I
Denver.
got them again.
and I love Peyton Manning.
I'm a big, humongous fan of Peyton Manning. I think he's great. All right, San Diego at Cleveland. Come on, let's get some love here.
Shit.
We need some love on this. Come on,
Well,
we need some love on this pick.
if Cleveland's going to win a football game at home,
Another. They won one.
Yeah, if they're gonna win another game,
San Diego is if there's a Jekyll Hyde football team, they're one of them.
yep, absolutely.
I against probably my better judgment, probably one too many cold ones, because I usually like to pick against them because I usually think it's a safe pick.
And if you
You're going with the Brownies,
the-
aren't you?
The Chargers can run the ball with Matthews. Cleveland has a hard time stopping the run. However,
However,
Phillip Rivers is capable of turning the ball over, and Joe Hayden gets a pick to win it. I say Cleveland Browns.
Oh, and he made it. Hayden gets a pick to win it. Whoa, that's big time. Big time. Pick to win. Chris, what do you think on this one?
Much as I hate to take San Diego, because I do believe that this is a very winnable ball game for the Browns. I thought that last week, but I think that San Diego's in dire straits. San Diego is a team that just... They've got so much talent, and they suck. They fucking suck. And Philly Rivers is a big reason why. San Diego frustrates me because, for all intents and purposes, this team should not lose like they do.
Well, I can give you one name why they lose.
North Turner.
Mm-hmm.
But, however, this is a game that...
I'd rather have Pat Shurmur.
Ooh, that's a bold prediction there, or bold statement there.
I'm not as much
this
against
is a game that San Diego...
Let's put it this way: I'm not firing Pat Shurmur to hire North.
No.
Okay.
Would you?
Well, yeah, I think we're on the table on that one.
That's debatable.
Okay.
Anyways, this is a game that San Diego needs. It comes at a great time for San Diego. I think they're going to capitalize, and I think Ryan Matthews is going to have a big game. And I'm gonna have to take San Diego. But I'll tell you what, right now I will gladly chalk up an L on this one to see my Browns win.
I'm not going against my Brown Dogs, man.
There's the call.
I'm not going against them. And I think Whedon will outshine.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. But will his receivers catch the ball is the question.
I think they're going to step up. Okay, last one. This is a good one. Washington at Pittsburgh, and this is a big game. It's two big teams right here. I think.
Well,
there's a lot to be.
I'm not going against Pittsburgh at home. I'll take the Steelers.
I agree.
I look for Ben to have a big game.
Washington's not that good to begin with, and
their defense is shaky.
Being that they're at home, Pittsburgh's at home, I gotta take Pittsburgh.
Well, I'd love to agree with you. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Got Ben, got RG. Got Ben, got RG. I'm going with RG.
RG3. He's gonna ride the wild horse.
Damn right.
Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
That's right.
And Pittsburgh's had a lot of injuries.
Speaking of wild horses couldn't drag me away.
So you do want to take us out?
It does.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think that's a great one.
We'll see you on the other side.